Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. If you like those Polish cars from back in the late 70s and early 80s that you felt they were providing you with a reliable car for a lot cheaper price than what you would pay for another European brand that comes from Western Europe. So these cars were not a small car, but you were not paying top money like probably other brands. And especially if you come from like Eastern Europe, these cars were like a bread and butter for the country they were from. Now, if you like those type of cars that provided a country with mobility, now let's give it a proper presentation. What I got for you right now, it's a 143 scale FSO Polonez 1.5C economic, which I'm guessing is as economic. Now, what can I tell you about the FSO Polonez? I did other videos of FSO Polonez, and I have a few other more coming up in the future because what I like about this car that I see in the collections that I got and that I purchased, that they got different looks. Example, the front end. This one is not the very beginning. This is a mid, probably early 80s, probably about 83, 84, and because it already has the square headlights. If you remember the Polonez, they first started it with the regular round headlights. So this one has the square one, so the little more modern. And I'm guessing this is more like a bare bones model of FSO more than probably the regular one, just because of the economic. I guess it's a more economical one for, I guess, very low playing car like anyone could have gotten. But still, like I said at the beginning of the video, these cars provided mobility to a country. Example, Poland, the FSO Polonez is basically comes from Poland. And in Poland, these cars were extremely popular. They were like probably the number one vehicle on their markets back in the early and mid 80s. I know there were competition with, I mean, from other Polish cars that were on the market, but it was very different in size, like the Fiat 126. I know the Sirena, however you call it, it's also a Polish model. But, you know, there's not many options that were made in Poland back in the days. There was other brands from Eastern Europe like Skoda, Zastava, what else? Let's see, Lada, Moskvich, SAS, and others, that were probably also popular in these Audacia and Olsit. All these brands were from Eastern Europe, so I'm sure they also had those cars in the market. But FSO was the local brand, so they were there. Okay, let's talk about information about this car and engine. I'm guessing this is obviously no guessing. It says 1.5 in the in the very front end of the info. But the FSO Polonez is a model that was built between 1978 till 2002. The pickup was actually built until 2003, and it's a large family car considered. And let's see. Do, 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 do. Engines, I'm going to mention all of them. They had 1.3, 1.5, 1.6, and a 2.0. All of these were four-cylinder engines. Now, there was a diesel engine, 1.9, four-cylinder, that was only for the pickup. And then there was also a 2.0 diesel engine, four cylinders, that was those for the regular other cars. Transmissions, they had a 4-speed or a 5-speed manual transmission to offer. I was actually reading right now, as of 2021, there were still over 33 or about 33,000 vehicles FSO vehicles registered in Poland. So you know how much they love that brand when you still 21 years after, no 21, like about 40 years after the car is still, many of them still on the road. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna let. Oh, before I forget, there's a diecast and it's made by DeAgostini. If you haven't noticed already. All right, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. So, what do you guys think about this FSO? I'm sure it's not the car that you may fall asleep thinking about that you would like to own one day. I mean, but it's a car that was very popular to certain parts of the world, and cars that gave a lot of people mobility to wherever they wanted to go. And but I gotta tell you the truth. I don't know what you might think, but I think the FSO Polonez, if we're gonna start thinking about the early '80s, late '70s, I think this car was not a bad at all. It does remind me of a few other models. It reminds me of, let's see, the Talbot or Simca, I think is called 1507. Or it also reminds me of the Volkswagen Passat and other models that came out afterwards that were looks very similar to this in shape. All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the FSO Polonez. Did you like them? Did you find the car to be boring? Or, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Were they popular in your country? Were they reliable? Don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Share the video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell that will remind you when I'm posting and everything in between. I sound like a broken record, everyone. I know, believe me, I'm the first one that knows. But I like to remind my viewers, comment below. Let me know what you think. Let's talk to each other and let's see what you guys think about the cars and all that. Take care of yourselves more than ever, and goodbye.